Hey guys, I just wanted to update everybody on how we survived the heat wave up here in Upper Napa Valley, Northern California yesterday, and that was May 31st. And the day before that, which was May 30th, we had the temperatures up into 98, and yesterday I believe was 100. So I did a few things to protect every plant, and that was hydrate really well the day before. I did a deep watering and things like this. Since the black pots can gain a lot of heat mass in them and burn the roots, I decided to do a little sun reduction on them. And with that particular gem in a, I believe that's a 20-gallon pot, I decided to put the wheelbarrow there as well as a trash can to block the sun hitting the black pot, therefore reducing the heat mass, solar gain. And it looks like he did okay. I'm really happy. Everybody did okay. I think it was the deep watering. That's the bacon with the Palo Duro graft, and I was a little worried about how the graft would handle it, but you can tell he had a little new growth come out, and so he seems to be doing just fine. Let's see. Come on. Let's focus. Having a hard time focusing. There we go. You see the new growth there? That was just in the last 2 days. So apparently he took to the heat fairly well. So this is a regular bacon leaf. And then we have this leaf here. This is from the second red graft. That is, I don't know if you can see it right up there. That was done in April of 24. And it's just pushed out intense new growth. Just like, I would say, 14 inches in the last week. It just responded really well to the heat. And I'll stand back and you can see the difference between those leaves and the bacon. That's the second red right in there. You can see how big those leaves are compared to the bacon. And there's a little red coloring. So I think the new second red grafts are gonna start really pushing out on this bacon. And I'll go around and show you some other second red grafts that will be doing the same. Oh, let's see. For instance, this guy here, he's a second red. He'll probably come out and push out some new growth at the end of the summer. As this one here, that's another second red. Nice big leaves. You can tell the difference between the avocado there, or the bacon avocado leaves there, and the second red leaves. They're like twice the size. And again, there's another branch down that way with big leaves on the second red. This here is the first graft that I did. This is the lamb house I did April 1st of 24. And I pinched it back several times so that it would gain strength and really heal well on its graft union, and it appears to have done so. It's hard to see with the white paint that I put down to protect it, but at any rate, it's got some really healthy growth. I'm pleased with that. No flowering or fruit set this year. So that's a little bit of a disappointment, but that's fine. I pretty much was focusing on making sure that it would have strong vegetative growth so that when it does set fruit, it will be able to hold. So that'll happen next year, hopefully. All right. Let's see. Mexicola did really well. Look at all those water shoots there. I'm going to keep those because I think they're going to balance out this tree really well. That's an intense amount of water shoots though. Whoa, sorry, buddy. Oh, thought I stepped on somebody. And I kind of did. This guy, he flopped over. It's so beautiful. Here, let me help you. Why don't you go hang out with Comfrey? Okay. I was a little worried about the gem that I have in the raised bed here because he is in a real sun-exposed area. A little bit less so than this gem that I have potted because he's behind the bacon when it gets to a certain point, like around 2 in the afternoon. I think he gets a little shade. But this guy's in the shade only in the late afternoon does he get shade. So he gets full sun all day long. So he seems to have taken the full sun really well. The new growth, this is probably the only sun damage that I notice on the new growth here. Other than that, it seems to be taking really well, handling the heat okay, as is this guy. So I'm pretty impressed. That was some hot temperatures yesterday and the day before. Of course, the pomegranates are doing really well, loving it, as are the squash. Here we have the Darturo. It did lose one leaf. One leaf there. But overall, he recovered. He seems to have. And he seems to kind of look really dehydrated during the day, but then he recovers in the evening, and in the morning he looks just fine. Right now it is about 12:30 on Sunday, June 1st, and he seems to be looking a-okay to me, like maybe he survived the 2-day heat wave just fine. Really happy about that, because this guy has been struggling his way through a really tough transplant last year where I lost most of his roots, his new roots. So it took him a long time to recover, I think, to build up the root system back. And finally, he pushed out some new leaves a few months ago, and now we've got what looks like some really good leaf structure here that'll, I think, get him to the next phase. So really happy to see he's doing well. Okay, and this is my reed. I have a nice cover, just like I have on the Darturo here. I've got a little sunshade there to block some of the hottest parts of the day. I have that a little bit more coverage than the Darturo I've got on the reed, because I think this reed is just a little more sun sensitive than the Darturo. I could be wrong, but it seems to be doing really well. It had about 3 crunchy, brown, fully dehydrated leaves. But, and those are down below there. But so far, I think the reed survived. So I'm really, really pleased to see that. That's great. All right, so moving on, we'll go check out oh, forgot to mention, this is lamb number 2 back here along the fence. Other than just, you know, the leaves tacoing a little bit, it looks like he's done really well. And just gonna make sure and hydrate these guys well again today. This is lamb number 2. I've got an umbrella protecting it from the midday heat. I just did this retroactively simply because when I tried to do these grafts on the gem and the Bonnie Doon, the bud veneer grafts, they just burnt out from the hard sun. So, and I notice I get this kind of sort of calcification coming out, like salts coming out of the tissue, even after I paint it with the pruning seal material. So I'm wondering if that's some kind of fungus, or if it's just moisture that comes out and condensates. Leave a comment if you know, because I had that happen over on my Mexicola as well. Wondering if maybe, if it's fungal, maybe I should just prune it back here to protect any further intrusion into the plant. Yeah, so it looks pretty darn good. I think the umbrella is saving it from getting scalded in the hot part of the day, but I think it probably could handle it by now. I think it's old enough to where it can handle the heat in the hot part of the day, but I don't know, it kind of scared me when I had these grafts just shrivel up. I thought maybe I'm pulling this umbrella away from protecting it too soon. So I pulled it back, even though the grafts are no longer viable. I just thought, well, let's be on the safe side, and let's just kind of protect it from the hottest part of the day. Maybe next summer, maybe I'll kind of titrate it and pull away from protecting it less and less, and just let it be on its own and survive the heat on its own after just reducing it slowly. We'll see. Don't want to overprotect it, and I don't want to underprotect it. Kiwi, of course, did great. Fig definitely did well, got hydration. And stone fruit, the Nectazee, Nectarine did superb. Of course, the citrus did great. And I think everything did really well. Artichokes, of course, that one was a little sensitive to the sun for the last week, so I definitely wanted to protect it again until it acclimates as a new plant, a new transplant. Yeah. I think one of my next videos, I'm going to cut the top branches off of that bacon because it's getting a little too tall for me, and I'm not interested in the fruit as much as I am the cross-pollination. So I think I'm probably gonna take that down a bit, and I'll do a little video of that if I can get it set up right. And then the last 2 or 3, oh buddy, I keep stepping on you. I'm so sorry. Oh, it really feels like I'm stepping on somebody. Okay, I know this is anathema to your natural growth habitat or growth nature, but I don't want to step on you again. All right, so the last 3 here are the Bonnie Doon, the Reed, and the Palo Duro. This guy here, the Reed, was showing some severe dehydration and just heat struggles yesterday. So you know, his leaves were just all drooped down, and he was having a hard time with the heat. So I was worried that he might not make it. So far so good. Sometimes there's a delayed reaction with the heat damage, but today he's looking really good. I'm really happy. So yeah, I think these are the only last guys I have in grow bags. I would not recommend putting them in grow bags simply because the roots tend to grow right around the material on the sides and then at the corners on the bottom. And so when I transplanted my Darturo from one of these, that is why he had such a hard time, and that's why I lost so many roots. That's my Darturo that I transplanted from one of those grow bags, and that is why I don't recommend planting avocados in grow bags, because the nature of their root growth tends to want to go on the sides of the grow bag, and then they kind of attach to the soft furry material, the crosshairs of the grow bag. And then when I thought it would be brilliant to put them in here because, you know, of course it's a soft bag. You can just cut it away really simply. It's not as hard as plastic, and it would be an easy cut, and then you could disturb the plant less upon transplanting. But that's absolutely not the case with what I experienced with the Darturo. I just lost, I would say I lost maybe 70% of the root structure, the white new root growth on it. And so it had to completely rebuild itself, literally from the ground up. And I think that's why I'm just wondering if this Palo Duro is going to have the same issue, because he hasn't been, you can see the growth is like non-existent. He's just sort of frozen in a pre-growth state, and it's hard to see with this paint, but I wanted to make sure and protect it in the heat, so I painted it really well and put this little tiny shade structure over it and stuck them over here in a less sunny area. It does get sun, but only for like a few hours, and I think I'm going to pull them back out since we're only going to be in the 80s this week. But At any rate, we're coming up to 20 minutes here. So I wanted to close this off by just saying I'm not going to be planting in grow bags anymore because the Darturo transplant here, this guy had such a hard time coming back and rebuilding his root structure and then forming some new leaves subsequent to that. It's just not worth it. I think I'm just gonna do the regular black plastic pots, such as I've done with my new addition to the collection from Epicenter. I've got another Palo Doro in there. Got a Bird Avenue. And then I've got this is my other Darturo. Where are you at? Oh well. There we go. That's my other Bonnie Doon. So I have second Bonnie Doon here, second Darturo there, second Palo Doro, and my first Bird Avenue. Really, really excited about the Bird Avenue. These guys did well, of course, because I had them hydrated and under this little weed barrier cloth shade structure that I have temporarily set up here on the potting bench. So that's my little greenhouse that I've got going. All right, so in the future, it's just gonna be regular black number 5 plastic pots that I'll pot the new additions up into from their little sleeves, and no longer be doing using these grow bags. So these are going to be tricky to transplant these in the future, wherever I decide they're going to go. But I'm sure I'll have a video that'll record that awkward journey. For now, it's June 1st. For me, this is the beginning of summer. It's always June 1st always marks the beginning of summer in my mind. So happy summer, everybody. I hope you're having a cool, hydrated day and enjoying the first day of summer.